Don't move. Any sudden movements, and you go back to your village with a hole in a place of your heart. Alright. Now I want you to slowly turn towards me. That's it, easy does it. Now, what do the elves want with our land? Don't act stupid. I know an elf when I see one. 2 legs and no fur. You probably grew your hair longer to cover your ears. Not much good, that will, considering the other features are dead giveaways. Fine. If you aren't an elf, then what are you? Human? What in Gaia is that? Sounds made up. They say elves are intelligent. You must be an exception. Well, if you are telling the truth, there is one way for sure to find out. Elves' ears are nearly impossible to cover up using magic, and since elves rely on them so much, it's unheard of for one to purposely mutilate themselves for the purpose of blending in. I'm going to get closer to you. Don't move. You look so small. You look so small when I'm this close. Are you intimidated? Understandable. We Centaurs are one of the only creatures who were able to not only hold our own against your kind, but not to lose an inch in the process. Of course! You will know that. That's why the elves sent you here. You were always sore losers. Anyways, let's check those ears of yours. Your ears? They're rounded. What are you? So strange. I thought you were so small because you were, well, you are a woman. But still, that's incredibly odd. I've never seen anything like this. Animal type of monsters like me have ears similar to the animal they are. Wolf girls and werewolves have wolf ears. I have horse ears. Elves have pointed ears. Orcs and ogres have them as well, but never rounded. What did you say you were again? A female human. Where do you hail from? You don't know? Do you remember anything? No? Okay. What do you remember? You woke up a short distance from here at the base of a hill? Sounds like you fell down and hit your head. I should take you back to my village. Maybe there's some information on your kind. At the very least, it will get you out of the open. Most of the creatures around here harbor some level of intelligence and mostly coexist with us. But that's not to say that they don't have their own set of goals and desires. Especially when it regards such a cute female like you. At least with me, you might one day find your way back home. I don't think you'll be able to do that if you're being held in a wolf's girl's cave. Are you injured at all? No? What about your head? Maybe you hit it, causing you to lose your memories. No pain? That's strange. I guess it isn't out of the question for magic to be able to do that to someone. But I can't just leave you here. I'll take you to my home. I live in the Centaur village. It's the heart of this territory. The village is a bit far from here though, so here, climb on my back. Normally we only do this for the person we decide to marry, but since for all I know you could be injured, I'm willing to make an exception. Consider this an apology for nearly shooting at you. Okay? Alright, everyone. Hold on to me. Wait! Hands towards my stomach. I don't want you accidentally getting handsy with me, got it? Sorry for snapping at you. We centaurs are prideful creatures. Okay, all good? Good. We'll be at the village shortly. Are you doing alright back there? I can feel your grip starting to loosen, which is odd because you seem a strong woman. Hey, human, I use my hands to make sure you stay in place. Are you falling asleep? You didn't seem tired before. That's alright, I slow down a little bit. There. It's going to be a little while before we get to the village. Sleeping might be a good idea. I don't think your memory loss is related to a physical injury, so sleeping should be safe. You can rest your head against my shoulder, and I'll try not to move too much. There you go. You're surprisingly docile. That's not a trait many of the people here have. You must be really far from home. That's alright. I swore my honor as a centaur to keep you safe. Guess see you in a few hours, human. Hey, wake up. We're almost at the village. It took a little longer than I expected to make it to the village because I wanted to make sure you wouldn't be sore since I'm not wearing a saddle. Anyways, I doubt we're going to find any information on your kind since, well, pretty much everyone had the same reaction as I did. It's pretty good that your hair moved away from your ears when you had your head on my shoulder. It avoided what I thought would be a particularly annoying confrontation with the cavalry. Oh, they're a group of centaurs that aren't exactly high-ranking, but also not grunts. They recall their own shots and some of them hang out around here. Well, at best they're normal guards. At worst, they take advantage of their position. I think I should get you somewhere more comfortable than my back. Wherever you came from, young lady, it wasn't from around here. I don't know if you walked, had some domesticated horse, or were picked up by a harpy who accidentally dropped you, but you're most likely tired, and a couple of hours on horseback isn't going to do you any good. My home is right over here. There isn't much that I think would be compatible with you, though. Pretty much everything here is meant to accommodate us. I mean, I think it's kind of fair considering every other village is geared towards the whole 2 legs and upright build. I'm lucky to get through a door or anyone else. Well, here we are. I'll kneel down so you can dismount. There you go. You know, it's really strange how similar to elves you look. Although, now that I know that you're different, I can see certain. Well, imperfection that elves don't have. I don't mean that in a bad way. Honestly, it adds to your charm. Elves are strange in that sense. Yes, they try to appear perfect and above everyone and everything. It's unnerving. Can I see your ears again? Thank you. How do you hear things? I mean, elves have pointy ears to hear better, and animal types generally have better hearing. But your ears? They don't like they can take sound in as efficiently. Well, I guess they also seem to be easier to clean. Are they sensitive like elf ears? Well, yeah, elf ears are sensitive. Occasionally enough that cut ties with the rest of their kind will pass through here. It's very beneficial for the more civilized centaurs, since males are rarely born. Although I can see more differences. You got bigger hips, unlike elves who got such an androgynous look. Yeah, that's completely different, I see. I hope you get some of your memories back. Since no one seems to know what you are, I can only imagine that your home is far away. Your family must miss you. I didn't scare you too bad when I found you, did I? I did? Sorry. You seemed to look like it when I touched your ears. Why did I make what I did earlier up to you? I lie down like this, and you can lean against my chest. Doesn't that feel nice? Now, I'll just gently move my fingers over and along your ears, okay? You know, you're pretty cute. I'm glad I didn't shoot you. Your skin looks pretty soft, so you clearly aren't a warrior or from somewhere uncivilized. That makes you more interesting. That suggests you came from a large village or town, maybe even a city. You can stay with me, at least until you find a way home. And if you don't, I don't think I'd mind having you around. You wouldn't mind that, would you? I understand that we aren't exactly a similar species, but you don't seem to mind that, especially since you've started to rub the fur on my body. Yeah, I noticed. No, I don't mind. There's better places for you to bed, but I'm taking care of you now, so that's it. Just relax. I noticed that you have some scrapes on your legs. They don't look that old. Do they hurt at all? No? It looks to me like you were running from something and either fell or ran to some plants. Which is odd. Are you women supposed to be smarter? I guess that could explain why you woke up at the bottom of a hill. Are you sure you don't hurt at all? I'd be happy to relieve the pain if possible. Okay. I still can't get over how similar you are to elves. Perhaps you had a common ancestor. Elves tend to deal with magic more often, and you look like your kind takes a more hands-on approach. Maybe one side decided to go the way of arcane and left the other behind. It matches the elf's personality. I don't know what they will do if they got their hands on you. With that thought in my mind, I'm really glad that it was me who found you. I was hoping that after a little bit of rest you would be able to remember something. I could imagine being dropping in an unfamiliar land with an unfamiliar person without any memory of who I am. You're probably terrified, but do a good job at hiding it. As I said before, I swear on my honor as a centaur to keep you safe. I think I can tell you a little bit more about myself. The truth is that I'm a bit harsher towards elves than most. The skirmish that happened here around 10 or 15 years ago, I was part of it. I don't think you were awake when we met the other centaurs, but I'm older than many of the ones you see fulfilling guard or military roles. We managed to defend our home against the elves, but it came at a cost. We're larger than most. Our torsos melt into the horse body, making the rest of our features larger to make up for it. Due to this, we are able to wield weapons easier than others. But were also larger targets. Also, we couldn't really use stealth or ambush tactics since the land around here is mostly flat. That left us with our strength and speed. We were able to withstand the relentless attacks, but a lot of people got hurt. We aren't exactly as fragile as horses are. It takes a lot more to break our bones, and they often heal better, since they're harder to make up of our human elves. But we don't exactly have the ability to move or carrying someone who broke one. Lucky for us, we had the help of some other peoples. I had a rider, a half-orc. Riders and centaurs were always close, and if they weren't, they would become close. We were no exception. I would have taken him as mine if an arrow hadn't taken him first. It's all blur. I still can't recall everything that happened, but I do know that it should have been me. The timing, the direction, everything just lines up to the arrow having been fired as I was turning. We had our information wrong. There were too many elves on the hilltop, and we were told to fall back. I turned, and the arrow pierced him as he raised his hand to signal the other riders. It was shot from above, and it went between the armor plates. He died later that day. I never got over it. I never settled down, and I never found someone to share my life with. That's why I patrol out there. So that no one else has to get hurt. Neither a young woman like you. If you stay here, you become my rider. That's how our culture works. And I wouldn't love if your legs were up on me. But I will never have you ride me into battle because I cannot lose another one. Alright? Let me hold you like this for a little bit. I just want to feel you. Thank you. I do not know what the future has in store for us, but I do know that we're going to be spending a lot of time together. Oh, don't be grumpy now. I can see that you may be a stone outside, but inside this woman there is a soft heart. Thank you, human, for trusting me.